Hey, Grand Rising. Thanking the universe for another day to reach your goals. Positive energy throughout the day for everyone. Um, I was seeing this post, not even a post, it was like a chat the other day, and it was about, do you get offended when you see Caucasian women wear braids? And I had typed on there, and I said, well, if black women can wear blonde wigs and weave, no. And I got muted. So the thing for me is this. Why do you ask somebody for their opinion and then you give it and then you get muted, or people come for you? Like, that has no logic at all. That makes no sense. You know what I mean? You don't go asking people an opinion and get mad about their answer. You know, that's stupid. Seriously, and I'm going to say it. That is... what? And then again, it's like this. History repeats itself, okay? And for me, I like to look at both sides of the story before I come up with an opinion, okay? You can't just tell me something I'm like, yeah, that's the truth. That's what it is. No, I need some details, or I need to see, again, like both sides to come up with an opinion, right? And with this topic here, do you not use things that other people created? Think about it. A lot of the stuff that we use right now, someone else created. I don't care what their skin looks like. They were not all African American inventors. Let me just throw that out there, okay? A lot of the stuff we use right now, someone else created. Do you see them same people talking about, well, are you okay with, them using this? I created it. No. Do people really look at stuff like that? Like, we are using things that other people created right now, and no one's stepping up and saying, oh, I only made this for this people. And if they do, then don't use it if it ain't for your race, right? But if you go back in history, there's a lot of things that other races created, that other races stole and put their name on it. Okay, like, we should by now know this. If not, you got to find you a friend who likes to research. Let me put that out there. Not everybody is a reader and not researchers, right? There's only so many people in the world that have that gift. And it doesn't mean that you're not gifted because you don't have that gift. Your gift might be something else. But you definitely need to have one of those friends because they hold a lot of knowledge. And if you're not aware of something, they can make you aware. You know what I mean? Because sometimes I think that we do, and I'm guilty of this before. I mean, I'm not perfect, right? Sometimes we say things and don't really think about what we're saying. It just makes me... like, you gotta have a little bit of logic in what you're saying and think about it. I mean, really think about it. If it doesn't affect your personal life or your livelihood, it doesn't destroy your family or cause any harm, why do you care so much? Like, why do you put so much energy into another person or people that are not affecting you individually or in your circle, right? Like, why do we do that? Conversation is fine because I love when people talk. I do. I like to listen to different topics. I like, I like laugh. I like comedy. So I like that energy there. And I respect everybody's opinion. I just think that sometimes we need to just sit back and just look at the bigger picture. You know what I mean? Like, look at both sides. Listen to what you're saying. It's like a contradiction in a sense. Oh, well, you can't wear this, but I can. It's just in a different style. Come on now. Look what you're using. Someone else created it. Stop the nonsense. We have these repetitive conversations about the same thing. And just like I said on my last video, like, what are the solutions? Because we can talk all day, okay? I'm a long-winded person, right? A lot of us are. You could just keep talking and talking and talking. But how are we going to solve this problem? Well, start with yourself. That is my thing. When you start with yourself and you focus on what you like and what you don't like, and you separate yourself from the stuff that you don't like, detach from it, then you will see things a little bit clearer. You know, I scrolled on so many different pages and the topic of relationship will just not stop. And it's cool to talk about it in a sense, but it's like, okay, this war against, you know, the African American community is, man, do you understand, or do you, I don't know if you do, but a lot of other races in this country, in the world, don't respect African Americans. And it's because African Americans are the only ones that have no loyalty or respect for one another. We don't. And I can sit here and name off other races that speak about the culture. And I can tell you exactly what they're saying and why they're saying it. How come we have so many creators out here that are African American and are not supported by their own? Why is that? Why is it that these other races, y'all sit up and talk about, oh, well, such and such, she got 42,000 followers and she got all of this and that and did all this within a week or 2 days, whatever it was, I don't care. But why do you think that happens? And why it doesn't happen for the culture? Because we're like the only culture that keeps talking about stuff that makes no sense. We keep talking about the same things over and over. It's like, isn't that like a guinea pig that just gets on that wheel and just keeps running and running and running and running? Don't know when to stop? That's that mindset. So we're just going to have a battle with each other, knowing that in our culture, how intelligent, how beautiful, how strong the culture is. And yet you let all these great gifts stop you from getting ahead because you're in a battle with each other. Every day it's a constant battle. Why? Okay. Why do you think, and you have to correct me on this because I can't remember if it was Japan, China, one of those countries over there was asking for black men to come over there to pregnate their women. They was going to give them some money. I know somebody knows what I'm talking about. This was like maybe a month ago, I think. But correct me again, because, you know, I'm not right about everything. So correct me if I'm wrong. But I remember that. Why do you think that's happening? My logic is, again, I could be wrong. Maybe their culture is becoming extinct. And so they want to multiply it. It's okay to be me. Do you ever stop and think of any, like, do you wonder why everybody else is winning? Like, you'll talk about a hairdo. You'll talk about an outfit. You'll talk about whose car is better than who. You'll talk about who's getting paid and all this money. You talk about all that nonsense. But you don't talk about how to get ahead and actually doing it. Why do you think everyone else looks like they're winning? I'm going to say looks like, because we don't know every situation, but it's looking like they're winning. Why do you think that is? Like, the culture has to start changing the mindset. You have to stop thinking, I'm against you. You are my enemy. No, you're not. And we got the same skin tone. Yeah, I might be lighter than you, or I might be darker than you, or maybe in the middle, but it doesn't matter. We are still the same race. And we're fighting against each other every single day. Meanwhile, everybody else around us is winning. They're getting stuff done. Yeah, their followers are this and they're getting that and getting that. Do you not think if you stop fighting and try to find a common denominator and actually could win and be like, not really be like, but just be on the winning team? You know, I mean, because if you look at it and you ask these questions, well, it's because they support each other. That's exactly right. They support each other. You think they're going to be out here having them, this is my race. You think I'm about to sit up here and just let you suffer? No. What do you got going on? Even if I don't like it here, I'm going to support you anyway because we the same. But not the culture, not this culture, not the black culture. No. We don't do that. We sit up and we had podcasts and talk about the same relationship subjects over and over and over again. Who's successful? No one. Because we keep talking about the same things. The procrastinators. Meanwhile, these other races, they're getting things done. Because they already know what the problem is. They already found a solution and they're already working on the solution. That's why they win. You know what I mean? Mindset. And honestly, let's just be honest here, okay? Hey, the black man, he don't care what you look like. He don't care what your race is. They out here. And that is no shade. It's the truth. They procreate with everybody and everything. So what does that do? It makes the culture, the black culture, stronger. There's more of us because they procreate with everything. And I don't care about that. You be who you want to be with, love who you want to love. I'm not against, what you like and what you don't like. I don't care about that. You don't affect my life or what I do, so you do what you want to do. My point is, there's so many black people on this planet, African Americans. I'm trying to stop using the word black. But there's so many of us due to the black man. And we still every day have conversations that go nowhere. Oh, well, I want me a submissive woman. Well, I want a masculine man. And you ain't going to tell me what to do. I make more money than you. You don't make enough money. You're not tall enough. Yeah, you're not skinny enough. Yeah, you're too dark. You're way light. That's stupid. I mean, like who you like. It's the thing is, you're having the same conversation that's leading to nowhere. When do you want to win? Because listen, I've been ready. So I move in that space to win. But at the end of the day, I can't do it by myself. There's a whole culture here that needs to get on board. We really got to start supporting each other and quit having these nonsense conversations that lead to nowhere. You're wasting your time. Nobody respects us. We don't even respect each other. That has to change. And it all started back in history. Go back in history. Okay? How did this start? It was called programming. Programming. Because that's what happened here. Somebody took their beliefs and beat it into the culture and said, this is what you're going to believe, this is what you're going to say, and this is how you're going to move. And it's been a generational curse. I am developing courage. And no one's breaking it. You know what I mean? So, have your preferences, that's fine. But somewhere along the line, there has to be a point where you're like, man, I'm done losing. I want to win now. So what do I need to do that? And I love a good laugh. I love a good laugh, let me tell you. Some of these things that a lot of you creators do is funny to me. It is funny to me. I'm going to tell you. I love it. However, I'm going to look at the other side too. Like, sometimes, man, y'all are brutal. Very brutal to people. And I'm right now, I'm just talking about the African American culture because I see so much within our culture. And my courage helps to inspire others. Listen, like, there is somebody there's there's a guy on there that's an entertainer. Okay, I don't want to say names because I don't want to make it seem like I'm trying to get any attention like that. However, okay, he's an entertainer. He does dress up like a woman, and y'all be tearing him down. Like, some of the stuff y'all be saying is wild. You know, but after a while, it begins not to be funny because it looks like a bullying situation. I understand that what he's doing is not the likings of everybody, and I get it. And there's some things that I do that's not the likings of everybody. I understand that completely, but I don't care. I'm still gonna do me. But the thing is, the culture always wants to respect it. Respect me, respect me, respect me. But you don't even respect other people. So how do you expect someone to respect you? And the thing is, hey, I don't care what you do in the bedroom. Let me tell you something. If you didn't give me an invitation to walk up in that boy, hey, I don't care what's happening in there. Ain't got nothing to do with me. I don't care if it's 2, 1, 3, 10, whatever. Ain't none of my business. I don't care. I don't care. You didn't give me an invitation. You didn't invite me into your bedroom. So I don't care what you do. And I'm not going to sit here and just say, oh, well, because this person, this man says he's an entertainer and, he puts on women's clothes and wears wigs and makeup. I'm not going to just say that, he's not straight or he's bisexual. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Of course, we have our assumptions, true enough. But still, it's like, he's black, though. Forget what he does, what his entertainment is. And it's funny. I'm not going to lie. Some of the things that I've seen have been funny. And it's not directly me laughing at the person. I just think some of y'all are funny. You come up with good stuff. Very creative. I mean, but do you ever stop and wonder, like you really hurting that person's feelings? Like, a person can be so strong, but you don't know what they go through inside, man. That can really damage a person. Who cares? He likes to dance in women's clothes. So what? Like, I don't know. Just kind of be easy a little bit. Like, he's black. You know what I mean? And yeah, I understand the passion, and I understand also how a lot of people were raised in the black community. A lot of the community is Christian, and I understand. I'm not Christian. I'm spiritual. However, I do understand the upbringing of Christians and their belief systems and what they call is appropriate and not according to their Bible. I get that. You know what I mean? Just because I respect, what you choose as your religion, who you choose as your creator. I respect that. I do. I have no problem with that. So I do understand coming from that aspect. I don't know. It's just my point saying this is like the race as a whole needs to do more supporting than bashing. And it's like it's a war between us. Like, there's a whole war going on outside of the race. I've said this. You Palestine, you think that that's where that's going to start and end? You don't think that nothing is coming this way? Are you guys paying attention to anything? Like, we're going to need each other in a minute here. Now, I'm not saying this to put fear in anybody, and I don't know the exact day. I don't know any of that, right? But what I'm going to say from what I see, what I'm observing, do you ever stop and think why these immigrants are coming over here? Why they're allowing these things to happen? Oh, because they want people to vote. Do you really think that voting is all it's about? Okay, so let me tell you what I see, right? I see soldiers. That's what I see. I don't see old people. I see young people. That's what I see. Yeah, you get the families and all that too. I see soldiers. That's what I see. I see it. Then you got these people around here eating dogs, cats that are outside. They appear to be people. They look like people, but they're eating them while they're alive. That doesn't have your mind wondering, what? Is that really human? Like, is no way, like, are you not seeing this stuff? Inflation is going up, y'all. Okay, these people are not coming over here just for votes. People are not just eating these dogs and these animals outside for nothing. So instead of preparing for what possibly could be, we're going to sit up here and we're going to just bash each other because it's a male wearing a dress, or because you're not submissive enough for me, or because you're not masculine enough, or you can't handle me. There's like a bigger war going on, and still we're the only ones sitting here talking about stuff that don't matter, when you really need to start figuring out how as a unit we can become one. There's guys, all these other states, there's these men dropping women, just punching them dead in the face, dropping them, just out the blue, walking down the street. Do not see that there's a bigger problem here. Forget right now the stuff that don't matter. Let's talk about these other things that's coming. Do you not see this? The last couple of years, I've been speaking on certain things, but there's been all these other spiritual people who are awakened, that's been saying things. And we still talking about who's going to be the man and the woman in the house. We still talking about who's wearing a dress and what gender is wearing it. We're going to talk about another race wearing braids while we wearing wigs. Like, come on now. Like, you have to start changing your mindset. You got to figure out what's more important here. The more of us that stick together, the better it is, and we will win. I love having conversations again. Some of this stuff, have a conversation, but be prepared. Because there's a lot of things going on. I don't know if everybody's really paying attention. Why are all these people getting trafficked? Now, it's always been going on, but have you noticed lately? People are missing. Kids are just disappearing. Do you not think about that? How much water you got stocked up? How much canned food do you have stocked up? Do you got ammunition? Ladies, do you have a pistol? Do you have those things? Do you have those things right now? Do you got pepper spray? How are you preparing? A war is coming, possibly. Again, I'm not trying to put fear in anybody. I'm just looking at the bigger picture here. Like, I see all this happening. Let me start preparing, because at the end of the day, if these things do happen, man, no one's gonna care if you're submissive or masculine. We're not gonna care. We're gonna need each other, just like over in the other country, how they're begging and pleading for somebody to come help them, and they need each other, right? They're not at war with each other. They're trying to stick together. They're trying to find any food they can, any shelter they can. They're trying to be safe. That's how the Black community needs to start doing. Because there's going to be a moment in time where we're going to need each other, and it's not going to matter your class. It's not going to matter your gender. It's not going to matter if you're submissive or masculine. It's not going to matter if you're 6 foot or 5'2". It's not going to matter if you're 100 pounds to 300 pounds. We're going to need everything. Okay, the world is not looking too good right now. Forget the voting. Let me tell you something. My beliefs on it, vote for yourself. Because my being spiritual, what I know is they're going to do what they're going to do anyways. They're not for us. That's for any of us. Any race. It's already predestined that who's going to be, what they're going to be, and how they're going to do it. So, you know, let's have a good laugh. You know what I mean? But let's look at our mindset, how we do things, and how we feel about one another. You know what I mean? And I am guilty of it. I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm perfect. In my past, I've judged. True enough, yeah. And listen, if I'm gonna be all the way authentic, yeah, there's a height requirement for me. It just is what it is. But I tell you what, I'll tell you this. If a person has peace, brings peace to my life, because that's how I have peace. So if you add to my value of peace, if you respect that I'm a private person, and you respect that I want to be a woman and I want to sit in my feminine energy and I don't want to be working 1,000 different jobs, and you respect that I will show up for you like you show up for me and you're a provider, it's whatever. You know what I mean? And that's not settling. It's just I see a bigger picture of things now. And yeah, am I saying that I'm going to be with a dude that's shorter than me? No, that probably won't happen. So I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, this is what I am. No, I'm not going to say that. What I'm saying is, at this point, there's just certain things that we have to overlook. And I'm talking about just like the beef between one another. Because in a strong minute, we're really going to need each other. And it's not going to matter gender and race. You know what I mean? But the culture, the black community, like, you have to stop beefing with each other so hard. You know what I mean? We could all win. We could all win in this game. Why do you think people do us the way they do us? We're going to throw them breadcrumbs because we know they ain't going to amount to nothing. And that's how people think. And that's the harsh reality of it. So we'll continue get fed breadcrumbs and a splash of water, and we'll beef with each other, not realizing that we can actually make our own bread and have our own water supply. We'll never know what that feels like if we just keep, being in this war with each other. The bigger picture, right? Pay attention to the surroundings. Pay attention to what's happening here. Look at all these distractions that they throwing in our face. You know why? Because they know our strength. See, when people know the way you move and the way you think, and it's all towards the negative, that's exactly how they're going to play you. And that's why the rest of the world plays the black community, the black culture. That's why they do what they do, because they know. They know our worth. But they're going to tell you that, though. Because in their mind, why they're so mad is like, you have so much confidence. You're so brilliant. And you don't do nothing about it? Yeah. Have you ever met somebody that's been disrespected by another person so bad that you lose respect for them just on that tip? We all know somebody like, I thought this person was cool, but they allowed this other person to disrespect them so bad. Now I don't even like you. You ain't got no you ain't got no respect for yourself. I'm good. See, that's how everybody else looks at the black community. Have your opinions, but eventually it's just, we can pull together and just be one. That's kind of like the whole thing. I don't even know why I'm even saying a lot of this stuff. I just am. And, my mindset or my mind frame was like, okay, talk about this. And then once I get to talking, other things just come to my mind, and I'm just like saying it. And because I'm a private person, I'm supposed to do this. And I've said on other videos before, but I know I'm supposed to do this. So this is outside of my comfort zone. And I've said this a million times. I'm going to say it again. When you get outside your comfort zone, it is very uncomfortable. But eventually you will adapt to it if it's something that you have to do. So this is something I have to do, and I'm doing it. And so individually, you got to ask yourself, how can I make my community, my culture stronger? What can I do to support? Like, we all want to be rich, right? We all want to not have to worry about money. And everybody can't be trusted, true enough. But not even half of us support each other. Not even half. Other races support us. And that's sad. When you don't even know your own worth, that should be embarrassment to yourself. You should be embarrassed walking around. Other people know your worth, but you don't even know your own. Yeah, I don't want to respect you either. That sounds like a simp to me. Anyways, I gotta get ready. This was my like down day, so I didn't work out this morning. But I still got stuff to do. Excuse me. So I'm just gonna cut this. Just think about what I said and just like play this video over again about what I said about the world and these soldiers that are over here. Protect yourself, man. Get your guns. It's for everybody. Like women, man, go get your license to carry. And if a gun is too intimidating for you, man, go get some pepper spray. Or get something that you can, blind somebody long enough for you to run. Or anything. I'm just saying, prepare. When COVID happened, nobody was prepared, which my own beliefs is, that was a stunt, but whatever. But use that as an example of the unknown. No one knew that was coming. And remember when it happened, how everybody was acting, everybody was crazy. Nobody wanted to be around nobody. These shelves were being cleared. People were in a panic and a frenzy because they wasn't prepared. They didn't know. So listen to these people. Listen to us. Listen to the people that are telling you there is something bigger than a relationship. There's something bigger than a height requirement. There's something bigger than a weight requirement. There's something bigger than age that's about to happen here. Focus, people. Focus. See what's happening here. People are disappearing. How can a bill collector find you? How can a bill collector find you? Or, these law enforcement people find you if you have warrants. How can they find you? But yeah, we can't find these thousands and thousands of kids, women and children that are missing. Like, let it sink in. Think about it. Make it make sense. Math ain't mathin'? Yeah. That's not mathing. So, and then for the men, man, I believe like everybody should really start looking at what you're eating. Try to get on some type of exercise program. Don't have to be in the gym all the time, but like start walking once a week or do some jumping jacks or something. Just try to like get closer to being fit as possible, because you might need it. You might have to run, or I don't know. I'm just saying, try to take care of yourself a little bit better. Start stocking up on things, supplies. Start getting cameras, start getting alarms. Watch your environment. Don't go outside at night if you don't have to. Keep your dogs in the house. Keep your animals in the house. That's what I never understood this, okay? Why do people buy pets and keep them outside? I don't understand. You buy a dog just to keep them outside all day, all night. Yeah, and someone breaks into your house, your dog's out there like, yeah. Your dog's thinking stupid. Dumb. While you're in there, I'm out here. And you could probably use me. Like, I never understood that concept. And one more thing. Stop breeding dogs. Stop beating dogs. Stop, and I mean, any type of animals. I mean, stop being cruel to them. Because every living being, needs to be respected. I don't care what anybody says. They're living beings too. They might not talk the same language we do, but they understand it. You have a pet, call them their name and see if they don't respond to you. They understand very well. You know, they're part of your family. They can help if anything goes wrong. Believe me, that's what they're there for. You know, protect, provide, love unconditionally. Y'all get things messed up here, you know. And if you, another thing is people get dogs and then they don't feed them. They neglect them. They don't feed them. They keep them outside. They don't bathe them. They don't do nothing. They're just there. Why did you get the dog in the first place? Even cats is any type of animals, right? And respect all living beings, man, straight up. But I'm about to get off here. I gotta start my morning. Anyways, I love you guys. I do. I'm sending so much positive energy today. Today's that day. Just change one thing or put a goal down that by the end of the week you can accomplish. Start with small goals. Like, okay, I might wear a pair of shoes too much. I have these one black shoes that I just can't let go and I'm always wearing them. Try letting it go. Buy a new pair. And I'm just saying little simple stuff. I'm just saying, like, just take one thing and try to change it. Make a goal. Set goals. You know, live a healthier lifestyle. And again, like, man, everybody's not about to be in the gym 6 days a week, okay? Yeah. And we're all not going to be vegetarians, vegans. Some people just can't let go of meat. And that's fine. But try. You know, because the healthier you are for whatever's going to happen, the better you'll be off. Okay? And then, you know, Black community, you know, African American community, and just, man, try to support just a little bit. You know what I mean? Just try to support somebody of your own. Again, I love you guys. Have a great day. Talk again. Namaste.